Hi, welcome to Yoga Unfolding. I'm glad that you're here. We're going to do a accessible deep stretch practice along with some guided meditation. Nice and relaxing, just kind of like end of the day, bring it down, let it go, move the energy through, right? Just coming into the here and now and letting go of whatever is. For our practice today, we'll need a couple of blankets or towels, might be really helpful. And tonight, maybe a pillow, right? Just kind of like a nice pillow. Something a little on the firmer side, right? Not your down pillow, but something a little firmer. So something off the couch or the bed might be useful. And a strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a scarf, or you could use a belt. Anything like that will work. All right. So gathering your props together, taking a moment to do that. So if you're just joining, again, a couple of blankets, something that we can use as a strap, and some kind of pillow would be nice. I'm going to read something to sort of set the intention and start the class tonight. Go ahead and find yourself a comfortable seated position. We're going to start seated and move our way down onto the mat. All right. Hi, Tamisu. All right. So go ahead and find yourself a comfortable seated position on the floor. And I'm going to read from my Yoga 365 Days Daily Wisdom for Life on and off the mat. Right. April 2nd, cultivate inner strength to access your inner courage. To thrive, we need courage. It takes courage to listen to our inner voice, urging us to look at something challenging within ourselves, no matter how difficult that may be. At other times, we need courage to look at one of life's tough realities that we need to accept inwardly. To access this courage, we need the inner strength that we cultivate through meditation and yoga. These practices develop and strengthen us from the inside so that we will have the courage to address our personal challenges within and without. Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I'm finding things just a tad challenging. You know, in the beginning, it felt sort of exciting and new and different. And now it feels a little limiting and I feel like I'm being sort of punished and held back. So anyway, I don't know what you're feeling, but whatever you're feeling, you know, these feelings show up in our body. Everything that we feel, every thought we have shows up in our body, whether we're aware of it or not. I think as yogis, most of us are a little more aware of it. So I'm glad that you're here tonight because we're going to acknowledge those feelings, whatever they are, and we're going to let them sort of move through, right? Just move through and, maybe get to a more centered space, a more grounded place. Someplace where we can just feel a little more present, in the moment. So go ahead and find yourselves a comfortable seated position, and you can sit however you want. So we've talked about this in class. For some people, sitting cross-legged like this works. For some of us, that's not particularly comfortable. So sitting up on the knees, like leaning on the heels like this is fine. If you want to even give yourself a little bit more comfort and sit on your pillow that you've grabbed, that's fine. So whatever works for you, but let's just come into a seated position for a moment and come into the breath. And so what we want to do is we want to inhale through the nose, down into the belly, exhale everything. So let's do that together. Again, inhaling through the nose, down into the belly, exhale everything. Sometimes it's nice to give the exhale a little sound, right? And then we're just going to continue to do this, deepening, lengthening, slowing down the breath. So maybe once we have that breath and we're comfortable in the belly, we can go ahead and we can bring it up into the rib cage. And you can feel the ribs expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Nice, beautiful. Continuing that. Deepening the breath. Belly, ribs, upper chest. It might even be nice to place your hands on the collarbones and feel the breath. Like feel the chest lift. Feel it contract. If you lay your fingertips gently on your collarbones, you'll feel your breath, right? You just feel it outside of the lungs. Nice, beautiful. Couple more times here. Nice. And then bringing the hands onto the legs, whether you're on your knees or in a seated position, and roll the shoulders back. Nice big circles, just rolling them back. And imagine that whatever happened today, whatever's on your mind, picture it rolling down your back into the earth. Like use that incredibly fertile imagination that we have to let it go. Let's picture it rolling off the shoulders, down in the back and into the earth. Nice. With the breath. Nice, and then let's just take a gentle side stretch. So go ahead and plant the left arm. I'll mirror you guys. Plant the left arm and lift the right one up and over. Inhaling towards the sky. Exhaling back towards the earth, planting the right hand. Lift the left arm up and over. Exhaling towards the sky. Exhale towards the earth. Nice. Inhale, up and over. Beautiful. Exhale down. Moving with your breath, right? Inhaling up and over. Exhaling down, stretching the arms. Really reach away from the body. Lovely, beautiful. Couple more times. Inhale up. Lovely. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Perfect. Exhale down. Nice. And then let's just shrug the shoulders a little bit, right? Open and close the jaw a few times. Can you then stick the tongue out a little bit, right? Again, we're like in our homes doing yoga. Nobody else is looking. One more time. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and come onto our mats. I like to create a little extra padding underneath my body. So I have a blanket on top of the mat. And I'm going to keep my extra blankets over here and my pillow within range. And we'll come on down. Just come on down nice and gentle onto the back. Maybe keep the knees bent to start. All right. Lying here. So knees are a comfortable distance apart, whatever that means for you. You know, it's different for all of us. I like to take my knees up pretty wide, right? A little bit past my hips. And let's just breathe here for a moment and allow the back to connect with the earth. So take a moment to feel your body on the earth. As you continue this deep breathing, so deep diaphragmatic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It sends the body a safe message. No matter what's going on, deep breathing tells your body it's okay. So maybe take the hands and bring them to the belly. Feel the breath in the belly. As you exhale, let go, relax. Nice, beautiful. Go ahead and move the hands up and onto the rib cage. Close the eyes. Come into the body fully. Feel the ribs expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Nice. Just, checking in, right? Just being here right now. Go ahead and bring the fingertips back up to the collarbones again. Feel the lift on the inhale, the contraction on the exhale. Nice. Go ahead and bring the arms back down next to the body. Go ahead and extend the legs on the earth. Pausing here for a moment. Again, just feeling the body on the earth. Notice how that changes when we straighten the legs versus when the knees are bent. Bring the hands next to the body, arms next to the body, hands facing the body. So palms are facing the thighs, pinky is on the earth, thumb is towards the sky. I'm going to sit up. You guys are laying down. We're going to inhale the arms up and over. Maybe the thumbs come to the earth above the head. Exhale back down. Try to take as much time with the exhale as you do with the inhale. Perfect. Beautiful. Again, up and over. All the way towards the floor. Exhale back down. Let's do one more time in this direction. Up and over. This time as we come up to the earth, we're going to stretch here. We're going to reach towards the wall behind us with our fingers. Reach away from center with the toes or the heels. Stretch out the body. Hold 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and exhale the arms back down next to the body. Nice, lovely. Now, roll the shoulders out. Back of the hand is on the earth. Palm is towards the sky. Same thing. Inhale, up and over. Maybe the fingertips reach the earth above the head. It's going to depend on the shoulders. Exhale, back down. Taking as much time with the exhale as we do with the inhale. Slow it down. Again, up and over. Beautiful. Exhale back down. And just feel the body. Close the eyes. Be in the stretch, right? Noticing what happens. What happens with the spine when you come up and over. Does the low back arch a little bit more? Nice. Exhale back down. One more time in this direction. As we come up and over, we're going to hold up here. We're not holding our breath, but we're going to hold the stretch. Reach towards the wall behind you. Reach the feet away from center, either the heels or the toes. It doesn't really matter. Breathe. Hold 3, 2, 1. Exhale the arms back down, taking time. Nice. Beautiful. Now, palms to the earth. Probably the most natural, comfortable position for the body. Again, we're going to inhale up and over. Now the back of the hands might reach the earth above the head. Exhale back down. Beautiful. Keep that going. Inhaling up and over. Okay, nice. Exhaling down. Let's do 2 more times. Up and over. Exhale down. Beautiful. This time as we come up and over, we're going to hold the stretch. Not the breath, but hold the stretch. And now we're going to reach. Reach the fingertips away from center. Toes or heels, whichever feels best. Just reach, reach, reach. Hold 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Exhale the arms back down. Take your time. Don't rush it. Nice. Now, bring the arms back into a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, and just take a moment to notice. Notice if anything changed. Okay? The yogi is curious. And I ask a lot of questions, and there are no right or wrong answers. It's kind of yes, no, and I'm not sure, right? I'm breathing here for a moment. Nice. All right, we'll we'll bend one knee and then the other, bringing the feet to the earth. All right, take the feet a little bit apart and just pause here for a moment. And we'll do a little mini cat-cow on the earth, right? So we're going to round the back, tilt the hips up, and then exhale, arch the back, tilt the hips forward. All right, inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Just moving that spine a little bit. Arms are comfortable. Face is relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Throat is relaxed. Couple more times. In and out. Nice. In and out. Nice. Now come into a neutral position. Tune into the lower back here for a moment. Maybe bring the arms a little closer if they're not, with the palms down. And very gently push the low back onto the earth. Okay? So there's a very slight movement in the hip. Mainly it's in the belly, right? Pushing down. And just feel the back, the low back, connect to the earth. All right, release that. One more time. Push down very gently. Feel the low back connect to the earth. Now, as you release it, can you maintain the connection, the length in the low back, and yet release that hold? Little tricky, right? A little subtle. And then just relax the low back. So I know that sounds like really simple, but it's not easy to do, right? We've got these muscles, these psoas muscles that are always engaged in the low back. So just try to let it go. All right, nice. Okay, locate your one of your blankets, your towels, whatever it is that you have, and we're gonna fold it up and we're gonna create some height. Now, if you have a block and you would prefer to use a block, you can do that. I'm going to use the blanket. It just feels a little yummier. All right. So with the knees bent, we're going to inhale the pelvis up. We're going to bring the blanket right under the booty, and we're going to come down. Oh, okay. Should feel nice. If you're using the block, I'm going to trust that you know where to place it so that it feels comfortable. All right, and we're just going to breathe here for a moment. So breathing in this inversion, right, our first inversion, first back bend in yoga. Feet are in a comfortable position. Just make sure that they're parallel to the sides of the mat. So the toes aren't sticking out or in, right? They're just nice and parallel to the sides of the mat. Nice. Now, let's roll our shoulder blades together and down a little bit. All right, creating a little more openness in the collarbones. Shoulders kind of rotate out. Breathe here for a moment. And as you breathe here, close your eyes, right? Don't look at the camera. Close your eyes. And imagine your internal organs sliding away from the position that they're always in. So again, creating a little space, letting things flow through. So we're usually, seated, standing, or supine, lying down flat. We're not usually inverted like this. So just breathing into this for a moment, just taking a moment to enjoy this. Jaws relaxed, face is relaxed, tongue is off the roof of the mouth. Nice. Now, let the shoulder blades come apart a little bit so that upper back is a little flatter on the earth, because we're going to bring one leg and then the other up towards the sky. All right. Again, I like to keep my feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to point and flex the feet. Nice and slow, right? Kindly, consciously, gently. pointing and flexing. Everything's relaxed, giving into gravity. I was reading about surrender today, and surrender is the opposite of resistance. Circle the ankles in one direction. Again, kindly, consciously, slowly, circling. So think about that. Surrender is the opposite to resistance. I don't know about you, but I feel a lot of resistance in myself about what's going on. Circling the opposite directions. And I have to get into this place of acceptance, right? Surrender. Some days are easier than others. Couple more circles. And then we'll stop circling and just breathe into that. So breathing into like the miracle that is you, the fact that you cause the energy to change, right? Like maybe you can feel that energy running through the ankles and the feet. You're kind of forcing it up there. Nice. Now gently drop the legs to opposite sides. If this feels a little too intense, you can bend the knees a little bit, right? If it's okay, and maybe you want even a little more, you can bring your hands inside the thighs and just let the weight of your arms kind of increase that stretch a little bit. So just breathing into this. Nice deep breaths. And then you can also always support the legs if it feels like a little much. So you decide. Do what feels good. Nice. And we'll hold a couple more breaths. And now we'll gently start to all bend the knees. So bend the knees, bringing the knees towards the shoulders, coming into sort of this happy baby pose. So we're going to grab onto the arch of the feet. If that's not available, you can maybe grab onto the ankles, the calves, the shins, like wherever it works for you. Push the knees down a little bit towards the underarms. If you feel safe enough, you can rock a little side to side. Feels kind of nice. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the hands outside the legs. Bring the legs together. Bend the knees, dropping the thighs onto the chest. Hold here for a moment. Hands back to the earth. Go ahead and release one foot down and then the other. Pausing here for a moment. Just take a moment to notice, like, how does everything feel? Is there a greater sense of relaxation? Is there the beginning of the flow of energy through the body? Remember, there's no right or wrong answers. Inhale the pelvis up. Let's move the blanket out. And go ahead and gently come down. And pause here. And breathe. Now, as you pause here, come back into that, sort of experiment with the low back and see if you can let that low back get heavy. Like maybe it's a little easier this time around. Just noticing, right? Without judgment. Can we be in our bodies? Can we notice these things without judgment? Okay. Locate your strap, your scarf, your belt, whatever it is that you got. We're going to start with the left leg today. So we're going to bring the left leg in, and we're just going to start by bending and straightening that leg a little bit. So a few times, bending and straightening. Nice. And then I like to create this little bounce as the leg comes down. So it kind of ricochets up. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to hold the stretch. And we're going to be really gentle with the strap. Right? In fact, maybe we just leave those shoulders on the earth. Maybe we bring the hands to the leg and use the hands. Whatever you're doing is fine. See if you can flex the foot a little bit more. All right, straighten the leg a little bit. And if that means your leg's down here, then that's where your leg is, right? Be where you are, not where you used to be or where you want to be, but where you are. Breathing into this, nice deep breaths. And again, notice what the conversation is, right? Is it kind? Is it encouraging? All right, be kind. Nice. And now gently let the leg drop out to the left. If it doesn't want to come all the way onto the floor, grab your pillow that we suggested you get at the beginning of class and bring the leg onto the pillow. Right? Whatever works for you. But just kind of find that sort of comfortable spot. All right? And then we're going to drop the right knee out to the right. So we're going to externally rotate the right leg slightly. All right? And then we're going to straighten the right leg. Oh, and so now the toes on the right foot should be pointing away from center. We should start to feel a little bit of a stretch, well, or maybe a lot of a stretch in the front right hip flexor. And just breathe into that for a moment. So breathe, and I like to take my right hand and just place it on that hip bone. And then see if you can surrender that right leg. So remember, surrender is the opposite of resistance. And there's going to be this resistance, right? We're built in such a way that we need resistance. We couldn't function physically without it. But I don't know about you, but I think sometimes there's a lot more resistance than maybe is necessary. Nice. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Always breathing, right? Always relaxing the jaw. Go ahead and lift that left leg up. Bring it all the way across the body to the other side. Left arm can stay behind, all right? Arms just on the earth, and breathe. Head in a comfortable position. So for me, it usually means rolling towards the leg that's over. But it's so funny. I feel like I have to keep my eyes on you, even though I can't see you. But I can picture you, and I can imagine you. I'm just glad you're here. Breathing. Beautiful. And go ahead and lift that left leg back up to center. Take the strap off. Shake that left leg out a little bit. All right. And then release the left leg down onto the earth. Arms down in a comfortable position and breathe. And notice, so, taking stock, like what's going on with the left leg? How does it feel different than the right? How does the front of the right hip feel different than the front of the left hip? Beautiful. Let's bend one knee and then the other, and we'll do the opposite side. So, again, strap is along the ball of the right foot. And we're going to start with this simple bending and straightening. Bending and straightening. And just creating that little bounce as we come down, right? Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to hold the stretch. We're going to remember to be kind in the hands, shoulders on the earth, foot's flexed, leg is straight, breathing into that. Nice deep breaths. And just, instead of having the conversation be something like, oh, I wish my leg went further, or I'm not very flexible, or whatever. What about having the conversation be something like, oh my gosh, look at how far my leg goes. Look at how fabulous it is. Look at how fabulous my toes are, my feet. Like, I don't know, I think we're beings of energy. And when we send our body negative energy, it reacts to it, right? So when we send it a little love and appreciation, I think it reacts to that as well. Nice. Now, We'll drop that right leg out to the right. Well, hopefully there's not a wall in your way. All right. And again, we're going to drop that left knee out towards the left, externally rotating that leg, and then straighten that leg so that the left toes are pointed out to the left. Oh, so left side, cool side, moon side, feminine side, relationship side. All right. Maybe you place the left hand on that hip. Right side is the hot side, sun side, responsibility side. The yin and the yang. We have, we're made up of both, but we tend to be more dominant in one area than the other. And I find that I'm a little stickier on one side than the other. So remember that idea of surrender, the opposite of resistance in the left leg. Can you just let go, give in? Nice. Let's inhale that left leg up. Bring it across the body all the way. Right arm stays behind. Again, head's in a comfortable position, whatever that means, and breathe. Nice, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. Lovely. Inhaling the right leg back up towards the sky. I'm going to take the strap off. Shake that right leg out a little bit. Bring it down onto the earth. And breathe. And as we come into the breath here, right, like back into that deep diaphragmatic breathing, eyes are closed. And just notice. Notice if it feels different than when we first laid down. Can you feel the flow of energy a little bit more? Do you feel a little bit less resistance, a little more surrender, a little bit more grounded, more connected? For me, a little bit less out of my head and more into my body. Nice. Let's bend one knee and then the other. So maybe taking the feet about mat distance apart, maybe walking those feet a little closer to the body. Again, tuning into that low back. So let's pause here for a moment. Come back into that low back, and I want you to come back into that, pushing that low back down onto the earth. So feel that connection, like the ground and your back connected. All right? Can you see? I have no idea. Breathe here for a moment. All right, release that. So then usually there's like a little arch that happens here, right? And then push back down. So I want to remember this feeling as we come through center. All right, you can relax that now. Bring the arms up overhead in a comfortable, sustainable position. So if it feels okay to bend the elbows, bring the elbows slightly higher than the shoulders. If there's any, stickiness going on with the shoulders, any discomfort, take one of those blankets that you have and place it under your shoulder, right? And seriously do that if you've got something going on in the shoulders, because here's what happens. If the body's not comfortable and connected, it's going to be hard to breathe deep. Like all of the attention is going to be on that, oh my gosh, my shoulder just is not okay, right? As opposed to where we want it. So from here, right, again, we're going to come back into connecting the low back onto the earth. All right, next time you exhale both knees to the right. Okay, left hip's going to come up. As we inhale through center, we're going to push that low back down onto the earth. Keep it connected. Exhale through the left. Okay. Again, inhale through center. Push the low back down. Exhale to the right. Again, inhale through center, push the low back. This is where the effort is. Grace and gravity take the legs down. Keep this going with your breath. Maybe add the head. So roll the head the same way as the knees. Exhaling on the way down. Nice, beautiful. Inhaling on the way up. This is the effort. The exhale is where we surrender to grace and gravity. A few more times. We're going to we're going to stop on the left. So next time you come down, the knees come down to the left. Let's hang out here for a moment. So heads to the left. Go ahead and lift that head up and come down onto the left ear. And then here, we're just going to let that right leg get nice and heavy. Like real, that, again, coming back to that idea of surrender. I know that some people like to take their left foot and bring it onto the knee, right? So again, you do whatever feels good for you. Gently extend that right arm above the head, reaching away from center. Take the left hand and place it on the right rib cage. Again, kind of closing that circle of energy, and breathe into this. And close the eyes and just imagine you can picture that right lung. And you can just see that beautiful, healthy lung. Inhale, expand, and exhale, contract. Appreciating the miracle that is you. Nice. Soften the right elbow. Bring the left arm back up above the head. Head and knees to center. And then we're going to pause here and we're just going to breathe into the soup of this for a moment. So again, just noticing. Maybe let that low back get a little heavy, noticing the arch there. And then next time you exhale, exhaling the knees to the right. Right? Sinking in here a little bit. Roll the head to the right. Pick the head up, come on to the right ear, and breathe here for a moment. Gently straighten the left arm away from center, towards the wall behind you. And we'll take that right hand and place it along the left rib cage or onto the heart. And tune in here. In yoga, the lungs are called the wings of the heart, right? Every time you inhale, you're lifting your heart. As you exhale, just kind of snuggling in back home. There's this beautiful, intimate relationship in the body here. So just taking a moment to appreciate that. Again, appreciating the miracle that is you right now in this moment. Soften the left elbow. Bring the right arm up above the head again. Go ahead and inhale, knees and head to center. Pause here for a moment. Letting the low back get a little heavy. Tuning into the back of the neck for a moment. Breathing. Very gently bringing the hands to the belly. So we're going to keep those elbows bent. And we're just going to rotate the shoulders forward. So again, taking a moment to breathe into the soup of this. Now, locate, if you've got the pillow, locate the pillow. If you don't, use a couple of blankets, or you can even use your block if you have a block or a bolster. We're going to bring the feet sole to sole, knees out to the side. And what I'd like is I just want the feet up above the earth, right? There's something about when we bring the feet up above the earth that allows the low back to spread out a little bit more, right? Maybe the arms come out to the side like a T, and just breathe into this for a moment. Close the eyes. And as you breathe here, like, is there any grip anywhere? You know, do you feel a little bit more relaxed, connected, open? Is the energy flowing? Rock the head a little side to side. All right, just a nice, gentle rocking. Bring the arms back down next to the body. Gently bring the knees up to center. All right. Bring the knees into the chest and rock it out a little side to side. So I like to, keep the knees apart, to create a little cradle with the elbows, grab onto some fingers or a wrist, right? Like whatever works, and just rock. Rock, rock, rock. It usually feels good. And then we'll bring the hands under the knees and go ahead and come on up into a seated position. Actually, we're going to come onto hands and knees, right? So as we come onto hands and knees, it's nice to create a little padding for the knees, right? And from here, we're going to come into a table pose. So knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. We'll do a little cat-cow here. So we're going to round, maybe we push back a little bit, and maybe we dip down as we arch and lift up. So slightly exaggerated cat-cow, right? Back and down. The breath is up to you. I like to do an inhale as I'm rounding, filling the vertebrae with prana. As I exhale, I'm using those back muscles to compress the vertebrae and push the prana out. Up to you if the other way is more comfortable. Next time you're in a rounded position, let's take it into a circular motion, coming out to the side, dropping the chin and chest to the earth, and rolling up. And again, close the eyes, feel the fluidity of your body, feeling nice and fluid. Like, make this movement your own, whatever feels good, appropriate. Most of the weight can be on the knees, so we're not taxing the wrists. Again, I exhale on the way down, I inhale on the way up. Next time you're in a rounded position, reverse your circle, going in the opposite direction. Nice, lovely. Again, feeling fluid, closing the eyes, being in the body, just appreciating you. Nice. Couple more times. And then we'll bring it back to center and we'll come into child's pose. So we'll take the knees a little further apart, bring the big toes together, booty comes down onto the heels, then the belly, then the forehead, and breathe. And if this isn't comfortable, you've got that pillow there, you can grab the pillow and place your forehead on the pillow. Right? So whatever works for you. You could even place the pillow like under the belly, right? I mean, really, I like child's pose. I hope you do. Okay, very gently coming back into our table pose. And then we're gonna walk the hands in front of the shoulders and out to the side. So off the mat, all right? Nice wide stance with the hands. And then we're gonna drop the hips down. All right, so hips are not touching the earth. Top of the thighs are not touching the earth, right? The knees are, top of the feet are. And then from here, so it's kind of a seal pose. Can you rock a little side to side? Breathing into that, nice. Stretching out the front of the belly. Oof. All right, does it feel good? I like it. All right. I'm pushing back up. Go ahead and bring the hands back together. All right. Let's step the right foot forward. All right. We're going to drop the hips down. All right. And then just walk those toes forward so that your knee is over your ankle. So it's not hyperextended over your feet, right? Your foot. All right. Come on up. Keep the hips down. All right. Just stretch into this. A little lunge. All right, nice, beautiful. Now, from here, we're gonna kind of bring it up to center. All right, maybe we walk that right foot back in a little bit so we have these nice 90-degree angles. All right, now, pull the tailbone long, all right, so a little bit of a tucking there. Lift the arms up. Drop the shoulders down, and maybe we lift the eyes, we lift the head, we lift the chest, and we reach towards the sky. Beautiful. Breathing here. Bring the head to center. Next, exhale. Exhale the arms down behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Pull the hands down. Again, lift the eyes, lift the chin, lift the chest. Breathing here. Maybe you feel that core working, right? Little balance requires some core strength. Okay, head to center, release the hands. Hands on the inside of that right foot. Tuck the left toes under, and let's just straighten that left leg. Low lunge for a moment. Breathing here. Okay, so it's a little lizardy position, right? Kind of see if you can drop the hips down a little bit. That right knee kind of drops out a little. All right, maybe make our way down onto our forearms. Okay, breathing here. Deep stretch. Gently pushing back up. Go ahead and drop that left knee. Bring the right foot back. Go ahead and bring it into child's pose for a moment. And breathe. So again, I like to take the knees apart a little bit here, create some space for the belly, drop it down. Go ahead and come back into the table pose. We'll bring that left foot forward. All right. We're going to drop those hips down. So again, you might need to walk the left toes forward a little bit so that the knee is over the ankle, it's not hyperextended. All right. Breathing here. And I like to keep most of the weight on my legs, right? Off the hands, on the legs. Have the fingertips on the earth. We'll bring it back to center. As we do that, you might have to walk that left foot back a little bit. All right, so we're nice 90-degree angles here. Pull the tailbone long, right? Tucking the tailbone under a little bit. Inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart. Drop the shoulders. Lift the chin, lift the eyes, lift the chest. Breathing here. Nice. Beautiful. Good job. Go ahead and bring the head back to center. Next time you exhale, release the hands down behind you. Interlace the fingers. Pull the hands down. Right? Tailbone is still long. Right? Again, lift the chin, lift the eyes, lift the chest. Breathing. Feel the core working, right? In those balance poses. Nice. Chin back to center. Release the hands. Both hands come inside that left leg. Right? Tuck those right toes under, straighten that right leg. Breathing into this for a moment. So, low lunge. Now, this might be enough, right? Like, you're perfectly happy here. You might be able to come down a little bit further, right? You know, it's always important to decide what's best for you, right? Breathing into this. Wherever you are. Nice. And go ahead and bring it up. Drop that right knee. Bring the left foot back. Before we come into child's pose, let's stretch out the toes a little bit. So tuck the toes under, right? Ooh, and try to get all 10 toes on the earth. So that getting that pinky toe is a little tricky, right? You kind of might have to bring your foot at a slight angle. And then, ooh, lean back. Lean back. Okay. And breathe into this. So, I don't know. Sometimes this is a little painful in a good way, and then sometimes it just feels good. I don't know, I see like a lot more people walking around, so I don't know if you're doing more walking lately, but I see a lot of people in my neighborhood walking that I never saw before. I know I'm walking, which is not something I normally do, so I feel like this is kind of a little necessary for the feet right now. I know, hold just a little bit longer. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and lean forward, top of the feet to the mat, shake it out a little bit. Okay, nice. All right, now let's come onto our bottoms for a moment. All right, and let's grab our pillows. Grab your blanket or your towel. So, you know, take a moment to sort of set yourself up in a really comfortable way. So, for me, I like having a little extra padding under the body, right? So I'm going to have that. I'm going to have the pillow here. And then I want you to take an additional blanket or towel because we're going to use it to wrap around the ankles. So you can kind of fold it up loosely, right, in a nice loose formation. And we're going to come in a sitting position. We're going to wrap the towel around the ankles, kind of tuck it in it, like cross it over, all right? Bring the feet sole to sole. So start here, get comfortable here. Like take a moment to make sure that this is okay. And then bring that pillow maybe up to the base of the spine. Oh, it's not quite long enough. I should have got a bigger pillow. And so then, you know, find that spot that works. Arms out to the side, like a T, and breathe here for a moment. So I should have told you, to lower your lights first, but so if you want to like get up and lower your lights, go ahead and do that. But I want you to get comfortable, and I want you to just breathe for a moment, right? So just And this, again, you know, kind of this theme, right, of resistance, right? The surrender being the opposite of resistance. And just because I feel like there's so much going on right now that I can't speak for you, but I know I feel this level of resistance to what is. And all that does is frustrate me, right? It's not like that accomplishes anything. And so I need to practice letting that go and surrendering. And this I find here, like I feel like I'm gonna cry. Okay, so like here, right now, I can't. Like, even if it's just for like a tiny moment, I can let go completely. And so maybe you too can find that moment of peace. And maybe you're further along the path than I am, and you're able to find that moment of peace frequently. You know, and that's actually part of why I miss practicing with you, because your energy affects me. And so, you know, when you're further along the path, I get the benefit of that. So wherever you are on the path, right, wherever we are on the path, you know, just taking a moment to appreciate that, appreciating our path, appreciating the lessons. You know, what I read about in the yoga meditation book about courage and strength, you know, that it requires strength to access your inner courage. Like, you know, it takes courage to listen to our inner voice, urging us to look at something challenging within ourselves, no matter how difficult that may be. Right? At other times, we need courage to look at one of life's tough realities that we need to accept inwardly. I don't know about you, but man, that's right where I'm at. So courage, strength, surrender. Right. Sound familiar? Nice deep breaths, letting it all go. And as we breathe here together, as you breathe in your home, in your safe place, just take a moment to, you know, count your blessings, come into your body completely, and just know, like right here, right now, everything's okay. If it feels like it would be useful, go ahead and straighten the legs here. If it feels like it would be useful to come off of the pillow and come flat, go ahead and do that. If you want to put that pillow under your head, and if you want to put your blanket on top of your body, whatever you would like to do, take a moment to do that. And we'll do sort of a yoga nidra relaxation technique. So getting completely comfortable. Allow the toes on the right foot to relax. The bottom of the right foot, the top of the right foot is relaxed. The right ankle is relaxed. The calf and shin on the right side is relaxed. The knee is relaxed on the right side. Let the thigh bone on the right side sink into the earth. The right hip is released. The right side of the rib basket is relaxed. Allow the right shoulder to sink onto the earth. Allowing the right arm to get heavy. The elbow, the forearm, the wrists, the hands, the fingers on the right side are completely relaxed. Relaxing the toes on the left foot. The bottom of the left foot, the top of the left foot is relaxed. The ankle and Achilles on the left side are relaxed. The calf and shin on the left leg is relaxed. The left knee is relaxed. Allow the thigh bone, the left thigh bone, femur, to sink into the earth. Let go. The left hip is relaxed. The left side of the rib basket is relaxed. Relax the left shoulder. The left arm gets heavy. The forearm, the wrist, the hands, the fingers on the left side is completely relaxed. And then we'll come up into the center of the body. The pelvic floor is relaxed. All right. The belly and the buttocks relaxed. Knowing that your internal organs are healthy and relaxed. Say that again. Your internal organs are healthy and relaxed. Roll up the spine from the bottom of the spine through the low back, the mid back, and the upper back. Relaxed, released. Connected to the earth, healthy, spacious. Imagine the shoulder blades softening. Coming into the throat. All right, the back of the neck and the throat is relaxed. That fifth chakra, that bridge between the head and the heart, is an open, clear channel. The base of the skull is wide. The jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the lips relax. The cheeks are relaxed. Allow the skull to get heavy. Forehead brightens, crown chakra opens. So the entire body is completely at peace and relaxed. And just imagine that you are standing atop a mountain, looking out into the valley below. And the sun is shining down onto your skull, onto your face, onto your shoulders. You can almost feel the energy of the sun beaming down into the crown chakra, coming down the spine, out the bottom of your feet, connecting you to the earth. And at the same time, you can feel the strength of our planet being pulled up through the bottom of your feet, so that there is this continuous flow of energy from the earth, from the heavens, running through your body, through your energy centers. And as you look out over the landscape, there's this beautiful, expansive landscape. Every breath you take is an act of healing. Every breath you take is an act of healing. Knowing that each breath brings you a sense of expansiveness, and oneness and connection. If you didn't choose to come flat before, take a moment to come flat onto the earth. So if those feet are still sole to sole, stretch the legs out. If you're still lying on the pillow, go ahead and take that out and just come flat onto the earth for a moment. And as we lie on the earth, like feel that connection. Notice where your body touches the earth. And where it doesn't. Just taking a moment to appreciate that. I'm going to read you something that I read today. Today, may there be peace within. May you trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born in yourself and others. May you use the gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content with yourself just the way you are. Let this knowledge settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. So just letting that knowledge sink into the bones for a moment. And then gently wiggling the fingers and toes. And gently taking a moment to come back into the here and now. Aware of the breath, breathing a little deeper. Aware of the body, aware of the earth beneath you, the walls that surround you, like coming back into the place that you are. Rolling over onto the left side of the body, that's that moon side, that cool side. And just bending the knees and cradling the head with the left arm and hugging this feeling to you for a moment longer, knowing that you've done something good for yourself, you've done something good for the planet. We have the ability to project peace out into the world, one breath at a time. And then use that right hand to gently push yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Allowing the palms to find each other in front of the sternum. Bowing the head in grace and gratitude. Humility. Sending some gratitude out into our world. She certainly could use it. Sending some of that healing energy that you've just created within yourself out into the world. If you care to, you can join me in a single Om. So we lift the chin so that it's parallel to the earth. We take a nice deep breath in. Lovely. Namaste. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Drink some water, right? Good idea to just kind of continue that flush, that energy moving. And I wish you well. I thank you.